Welcome back to the scream, to the scream. Welcome back to the stream, guys. And today in Burnley, we have to get some results. We really do need some results. Not quite sure if anybody's here. It's saying on one screen there are 4 participants, and yet when I look at participants, it's saying that there's nobody here. So I'll just get on, start playing the game, and if you are there, say hi, and we'll try and provide some entertainment for the next couple of hours, and we'll try and get Burnley to get us some results today, because it has been a very barren run. If we have a look at the schedule, we did have that purple patch where we won 3 on the trot, but then we've had a really, really poor couple of games after last time out. We beat Swansea 2-1 only just, and then had a 1-1 draw against Birmingham. It's left us 5th in the championship, and I guess given that we have no strikers, I'll have to settle for 5th, because if you don't have strikers, you don't score goals and you don't win football matches. But we are 7 points behind the leaders and 5 points behind second place. I don't think the board are going to be very happy with us being in the playoffs at the end of the season. And after 16 games, I don't think they're all that happy. And if we gain automatic promotion to the Premier League, we can see that they are very disappointed. And the team is only on form at the moment to reach the playoffs, and disappointed they are. And I guess the supporters are very disappointed with the fact we're not playing direct football, and they are also disappointed. And the sack is looming unless this side somehow manages to score some goals, and I really am struggling to work out how to do that. And I think if we don't beat Sunderland, or don't at least get a draw against Sunderland today, then I might think about going to a 4-4-2, because whatever we've tried in the past, whether it be a narrow diamond, whether it be that we've tried a 4-3-3, we've tried all sorts of different things, we've tried a 4-2-3-1, and nothing seems to work. And it might be that these boys up the top need company, and that we're only going to score if they have company. And I may have to go to a 4-4-2. Do I have a 4-4-2 here? I don't have a 4-4-2 loaded, but if necessary, we'll think about going to a 4-4-2 and seeing if we can get something out of that. We're going to play inverted wingers today. I'm going to try inverted wingers rather than inside forwards. We're not finishing well enough, and Teller is going to start up front. And mostly that's because we have a very, very tired set of players. And shall I play Dervisoglu up front? Shall I give him a chance? Teller, his form is absolutely dreadful as usual. Let's play Dervisoglu up front, and he can play as a pressing forward. Prefers to play as an advanced forward. Let's play him as an advanced forward, see what he can do. If he just stays up top there, then maybe we can use him to score goals. He has been in reasonable form, Dervisoglu, so let's give him his chance. And we have a lot of tired players. Matches are coming thick and fast, and so this is a very rotated team today. And I suppose we should have a look at Burnley and see what we can do with this Burnley team. We look solid in midfield there. We have built up some nice relationships in midfield. We're not scoring goals, that is the problem, and we need these boys to be doing a lot better. Haidara, can he play as an inside forward? He can play as an inside forward, but his finishing is a bit suspect, I think. Finishing of 9. And on the other wing, we have Cherlinoff. He has decent finishing, is 11 finishing, 11 composure. It's not good enough, and maybe we might need to play him as an inside forward on attack, but he prefers to play as an inside winger. So we are struggling up front. We are struggling to get results, and we need to get results. Guys, likes and comments, they help the channel to grow, help the algorithm to push the video out to new users. We're not getting enough likes and comments on the videos or on the stream at the moment. So do us a favor, if you are in here and you're enjoying what's going on, click that like button, and that will help to push this out to other people who've not yet had the chance to actually see it. And even if you're not liking it very much, give us a like so that other people get the chance to say, oh, I don't like this very much. But some people do enjoy the videos, and it's just not getting out enough to people at the moment. So give us a like. It only takes a second. Hi Tom, how are you doing? Are you having a good day? We're just about to try and get some results with this Burnley team. I am at a loss with what to do, and as I was just explaining, the board are not happy, the supporters are not happy, the results on the pitch are poor, and it's simply because we can't score goals. We can clearly see when the match is being played out, we do not have the ability to score goals. And so many shots go into row Z. It's quite unbelievable. And interestingly, that Muric, who was one of the lower ranked players when we started the season, is now one of the higher ranked players. And now as we move on towards Christmas, and it's kind of weird that that's happened. Defensively, it looks like we've become very solid, but where we had a lot of potential up front, now the ratings have gone down with our front players. We are now only like a mediocre team in terms of attack, and we are a good solid defensive team. I need them to be solid defensively today. We are going to be playing couple of games. We've got Sunderland and we've got Reading and then Rotherham. These are not easy games, especially Sunderland. Sunderland are just one place below us in the table. We need to get a result, and we need at least a draw against Sunderland before we go on to take on Reading. Where are Reading? They are in 17th. We should be beating Reading. And then we will be playing after that. I think it was Rotherham, was it? No, it was Rotherham. And where are Rotherham? They are in 10th. So this Burnley team should be rolling over Rotherham and Reading, but the way they're playing at the moment, and I don't know. I think if it doesn't work today, if this 4-3-3 doesn't work today, then I think what we'll have to do is look at getting a 4-4-2 in place. It might be that we need to put more people up top, and they might do better if they've got company up top. Maybe just playing in isolation is not good enough for them. And thinking about that, do we really want Dervisoglu as a advanced forward? He may well be isolated up there. Let's play him as a complete forward. See what he can do. It's his preferred position, his preferred role. Let's see what he can do. How are you doing with Scunthorpe, Tom? What league is Scunthorpe in now? So yeah, we'll just get on with playing Sunderland. Sunderland are in 6th place, 1 place behind us and only 1 point behind us. So if Sunderland beat us today, they will knock us off our perch and we will be in 6th place at the end of today. My job is in danger here, and so we need to get results. If we have a look at their form, Sunderland, they've been pretty good. They've won 2 of their last 3 fixtures and they've drawn 1. Have a look at this game that they played against Blackburn. In terms of, they play this 4-2-3-1 with the 2 DMs. It's a pretty typical formation for the AI teams. And Blackburn, what colour are they? They are the grey. They play a lot down the middle. National, where they broke when I took over. They were broke. Well, they had now just passed the financial goal. Excellent job. I hate taking over teams that are broke. I really don't like having no money. Like Elgin and Livingston were a nightmare. Just not getting any money ever. It's just horrible. But good job if you've got them now into a good financial position. Great job. Sunderland do get the ball into the box quite a lot. And do find that they have a decent amount of shots in the box. In terms of their heat map from their last game, they tend to play centrally, probably looking to keep possession centrally, and they are quite high up the pitch, which is quite interesting. They play their football a lot in the opposition half. We need to outpossess them. I think we need to keep the ball. If we have a look at their pass combinations, if we look for Sunderland, you can see that there's a lot of passing going on on the right hand side, but they are very dangerous looking. Elise and Clark combine quite a lot down the left hand side, and so we have to be quite strong down the left hand side. They do tend to score a lot of goals down on this right hand side from this right hand area, but both wings may be dangerous, and we need to focus maybe down the middle. And there's no one pivot down here. It looks like this guy Dan Neil is where everything goes through, and we need probably to take him out of the game. And it's not going to be easy, this. And their pass map is a bit all over the place, and finding a way to actually close them down and to stop them playing, it's difficult to see where they like to play their football. If we look at the Swansea data, let's have a look at their pass map for Swansea. And again, they don't seem to be having a lot of combinations, high combinations, but their combinations are happening all over the pitch. And again, it's this Dan Neil who seems to be the pivot. And we do need to make sure that we take out Dan Neil if he's playing. And we need to find out what kind of role he is going to play. And in terms of their, let's go to the data hub, and we'll have a look at our next opponent. And he looks like he might be playing as a roaming playmaker. We need to probably type mark him and just put one person on him and just try to take him out of the game. Or maybe just type mark him wherever he happens to roam. I haven't made my mind up yet. Dangerous players, Ballard in defence. He's good in defence. He's not a danger in attack. He's good in defence. Firminosi, he looks like the danger in attack. He's good passer of the ball, and his cross completion, although not great, is about average. So we do need to be careful of Firminosi and Diallo. Where is Diallo? Diallo, he's not on their team sheet. Doesn't actually say where he plays, Diallo, so we'll have to just keep an eye out for Diallo. He's not actually on the team sheet there. Oh, yes, he is. He's on the right wing. So they are going to be very dangerous down this right-hand side. So we are going to have to be good on the left-hand side. We're going to have to be defensively solid on the left-hand side. And they dominated the match throughout the first half, but Blackburn came back into the match. Swansea came back into the match in the second half, or Blackburn came back in the second half. Scored all their goals in the first half. So got to be very careful. I'm going to start with a standard type play. If I have a look at their next opponent, let's go to performance. and have a look at some of their players. Lots of dribbles, reliable in possession. They dribble a lot, but they lose a lot in possession. We can press them then. If they're not very good at dribbling, we might as well press them. And also, they're pretty similar to us. Fewer tackles, but they're strong tacklers. And so we probably don't want to get stuck in today. And the goalkeeper's passing, he's kind of like sitting in the middle of the graph. Fewer passes, but accurate passing. I guess he takes long kicks, takes short kicks, depends on who he's playing. Can go either way. I don't think we really want to close the goalkeeper down unless he has a poor, weaker foot and he lacks composure. This one I can't make head or tail out of. Lots of headers, strong headers. Ross Stewart is a danger in the air. And in terms of crossing from midfield, Pritchard is very decent for them, and Embleton is very decent. Lots of crosses, but they're not brilliantly accurate. And it's the same for us. We have some crosses, but they're not very accurate. They win the ball mostly in their own half of the field. So it does suggest to me that they are under pressure for a lot of the game, or that they do sit back. And they... a good evening from Iceland. Good evening from Woking. And, from Virginia, USA. What time is it in the USA now? It must be... What time there? Maybe in the afternoon at some time, I guess. So I'm looking at this, and they either sit back or they are under pressure for a lot of the game. It's difficult to work out Sunderland. If they are under pressure for a lot of the game, then they do very well on the counter-attack, because they are sitting in sixth, and if teams are putting them under pressure, then they are very good on the counter-attack. My guess is that they probably sit back then and soak up the opposition pressure and then go and break once they gain possession. We have to be good in transition when we lose the ball to this team. It is a very rotated team that we are playing today, because fixtures are coming thick and fast here. And we played on Wednesday, and we played on Wednesday. Yeah, now we have to play on Saturday, and Sunderland played on Tuesday, so they should be fitter than we are, and we are having to play a very much rotated team. And if we now take that information and go to our instructions, how we should be playing. Do I want to bring these in? No. He wants to play Teller. My assistant wants to play Teller. His form is like 6.2, 6.1 over the last few games. I don't know if I trust his judgment. And yet, I should trust his judgment, because I think he knows the team better than I do. But it's kind of like when things are not going well, it's hard to know what to trust. Well, actually, he wants us to play cautious. He's not very confident at all. I'm going to start with balanced and see what happens. And we'll set up some opposition instructions now. And if we go to their team, this Dan Neil, we know he's a very, very dangerous player. So I want to tight mark him. And I just want, wherever he goes, he's going to play as a roaming playmaker. And I just want to, wherever he goes, somebody follows him. He's also not very brave. He's not very strong. Lacks aggression. He's got decent composure, but his decisions are just decent as well. So we could hard tackle him and just try to unsettle him. And that's a good call from the assistant. We also know that they are very dangerous down the right-hand side, and doesn't have a great deal of pace. He's not very brave. He's got decent strength, but his bravery will let him down, and he might not like a hard tackle. And dribbling is not very good. So I think we can probably tight mark him and probably just try to take him out of the game. He's a very dangerous, creative fullback. Get somebody to tight mark him, hard tackle him, and turn him onto his left foot. That's probably the plan for Fiamosi, and hopefully just take him out of the game. And we don't then have to worry about him supplying the winger. They are also struggling for fitness, given that they were played a day earlier than us. They're still struggling for fitness. Maybe they didn't rest their players. We rested our players, but some of them are still very unfit. And then this left back, he's not very strong. He's not very brave. He's not very fast. I think we can close him down and put him onto his right foot, and that should do the trick for the left back. We'll just close him down, put him onto his right foot, and then that should make him uncomfortable enough. Dan Neil we've dealt with. Jay Matate, I know Jay Matate from... where was Jay Matate playing with me this year? Was it in Livingston that we had Jay Matate? I can't remember. Or was it at Preston we had Matate? I really can't remember. He's a decent player. He is a playmaker himself and has a decent pass, but looks like they'll probably play him as a ball winner today. And I think we need to just close him down and put him onto his left foot. He doesn't like that. So we'll just close him down. I don't want to hard tackle him. And we'll put him onto his left foot. Diallo, we know, is also a very dangerous player. Great acceleration. And that would worry me. Acceleration and dribbling would worry me about closing someone down. So I don't know if we want to close him down. He's got a very weak right foot. He's not very brave, not very strong. Crossing isn't very good. Just give him this area of the pitch, and I don't think he will do much damage to us. If his crossing is poor, just let him go out here. Let him play as much as he likes out there, but don't let him come inside. He's got decent finishing, so we must make sure that he stays in this area. So we want to put him on his right foot, hard tackle him, and I think that's probably all we want to do for now. And we don't really want to tight mark him. He's too fast, too skillful. He's got good dribbling, and we just want to let him play outside. He's not going to be really too dangerous. Another one who's not very brave, not very strong, not very aggressive, won't like a tackle. And so, yeah, we'll hard tackle him, and I think we should just tight mark him. We have a player in the defensive mid who can just tight mark him, and I don't think he's going to roam around too much. So we'll just, wherever he goes, we'll make sure we've got somebody on him. Jack Clark is a very good crosser of the ball, and that's probably where most of their crossing comes from. So, and also has good pace. So again, we don't want to be closing him down. He's not very strong, not very brave, not very aggressive, and he probably, again, won't like a tackle. His concentration's poor, he's not very composed, decisions are poor. So we want to hard tackle him and turn him onto his left foot is reasonable, but that's his... He is a good crosser of the ball, but he might be a good crosser when he's playing on the right. So we'll turn him onto his left foot because it is weaker, and we'll hard tackle him. I don't want to close him down at this point because he's got too much pace and he's too good a dribbler. So we'll turn him onto his left foot. Again, allowing him this space down here because I don't think he will threaten us from crosses. Ross Stewart, we know he's good in the air. He's 6'2", and he has extremely good jumping reach. So I don't want to tight mark him. And he's quite strong. He's quite brave. He's not aggressive. and doesn't have the greatest concentration. So how much of a threat he is will be... I think our defenders should be able to take care of him. He's not very pacey, but I still don't want to tight mark him at this point in time. I just want to turn him onto his left foot. His pace, and let's just check his agility. What's his agility like? It's not bad. Maybe I'll reserve judgment on this, whether to tight mark him or not. I'll have a look at who we've got playing at centre back. For the moment, we'll leave it there and have a look at... we've only got McNally and Taylor. Taylor's not very tall. McNally, is marking ability is only 12. Taylor's marking ability is only 13. And so because we are fielding quite a weaker team, I can't actually make any more changes here. Is Harwood Bellis fit? No, he's not fit. None of our centre-backs are fit, so it's a team that's relying mostly on pace rather than height. So I'm not going to tight mark the centre-forward because we're just going to get out-jumped. So all we need to do with him is to make sure that he's pushed onto his left foot. And so that's it in terms of setting the team up. I don't feel great about this game. I have to keep a strong eye on what is going on. We are trying to close down this left-hand side of the pitch. I don't want the wing-back shooting up and down here because they are much more dangerous on the right. And then by having our wing-backs on attack on this side, then hopefully we can create our space in these areas here. I don't feel very optimistic because we can't score goals. If we could score goals, then I'd feel a lot more optimistic about this team. So I'm hoping... He wants Diallo marked tightly. No, he's too fast, too clever, too agile, and he'll skip past us, and I don't want to do that as yet. What I might do before I start the game is ask Vitinho to close down less, just to allow him that space. Just to allow him to come out here, and then once he's out here, hard tackle him and do whatever else we're going to do to him. So let's go and play this game. And I need to be impressed today. I trust you to make the difference. And we need to do something very special here today, or I am in extreme danger of losing my job. And we are playing in a very strange kit, in this very light blue Manchester City style kit, which almost threw me off immediately. And I was wondering if I was watching the right game. That's a poor pass and picked up by Taylor, but it comes to nothing. What I also might do is, thinking about it, I'm going to play narrow. I'm going to try and make sure... Hi, Ben, I was just thinking about you. I haven't heard from you in a long while. And there's an episode coming up on the Preston Save entitled This One's for Ben. And it's good to see you, mate. I haven't heard from you in a while. I thought you'd probably left us. But nice to see you, Ben. The episode that I'm going to be recording tomorrow, I think it's for Saturday, is where we're going to be playing Newcastle 3 times in a row. So it's going to be called This One's for Ben. And hopefully you'll enjoy that one, Ben. And it's been a slow start to the game. That's okay. I really only want to make sure we get a point in this game. And if it's a 0-0, I don't really mind. What I really want to do is make sure that Sunderland are not causing us too many problems. We are not going to cause Sunderland problems. And if things don't improve, then we are going to have to look at changing the formation again. And Dervisoglu finds... is that a foul, referee? Come on. But they are making their way down the left, and that's where we have the attacking wing-back who's been found out there. Ball into the box, nicely cleared up. I mean, it's lucky that we are a good defensive side, because if we weren't a good defensive side, we'd be in all sorts of trouble. But we do have a makeshift defense here today, and I don't feel great about the team in general. It's a very tired team now as well, with fixtures coming thick and fast. And we're just not going to create chances. We just need to defend well. And the assistant might be right, actually, to play cautiously and make sure that we actually defend well. I'm actually going to put... it's actually Taylor who's... No, Taylor's playing on a defend duty. I don't know why we're on this. Taylor should be... Taylor, of course. Taylor is playing Vitinho. Should actually be playing on a support duty. I want to put him on a support duty because that's where they are dangerous down that side. And maybe I'll put the right back on a support duty as well. Not quite sure what that highlight was all about. It was a ball into the box and they never showed us the outcome. And yeah, I may well put my right wing back. I'm so paranoid about being beaten at the moment that defense becomes so important. Long shots are no good to us, boys, but we do need to get shots on goal. And yeah, I know, Ben, I know. It was a dreadful performance by United. Yeah, I haven't seen you in the comments, Ben, for so long. I thought, oh, maybe you'd given up watching. I thought maybe you'd deserted us. But I thought, nah, not Ben. But we have a special episode for you coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a premiere. And we're playing Newcastle 3 times. That's never happened before. The same team 3 times on the trot. And Sunderland are looking much better than we are, creating more chances. We are having a problem down that right-hand side. And I really am struggling to work out, because we are not good in attack, we have to be very good in defence. And worrying about not conceding is a terrible position to be in. And at the moment, though, it's still 0-0. It's a pretty poor encounter. We do have a set piece. I'll take a sneaky goal from anywhere. And it's going to be Dervisoglu firing the corner in. We need to get to this ball first. Nice from Vitinho. There's a chance on the edge of the box. Cork is lining it up. It goes straight to the goalkeeper. I don't get excited when we get shots from the edge of the box, because they normally end up in row Z. Anybody cause it? Dan Neil. We're doing as much as we can with Dan Neil, but he's still a thorn in our side. Everything is going through him. And they have scored. And it is Sunderland 1, Burnley 0. And I was really worried that this was going to happen. And I'm really concerned that I'm going to get sacked very soon. Because this team is awful. Absolutely awful. And if you can't score goals, then you're not going to win football matches. That's the end of story. And we couldn't bring in a striker. We couldn't sell anyone. FM made it absolutely impossible for us to sell anyone. And that left us totally strikerless. And if you don't have any forwards, you don't win matches. And it wouldn't surprise me to see me get sacked. And I haven't been sacked in FM for about 3 years. And they've got past us again. We're in dire trouble here. And I need probably to go a little bit more positive. And let's go more positive. Let's try to get ourselves out of trouble. And we'll put both wing backs on attack. And try to get men forward. Try to create chances. Because at the moment it's looking really poor. Really, really poor. And Sunderland are all over us. But we are breaking forward. Brownhill has the ball. And he's fouled in midfield. And we've gone down one more place. And it's not looking good. It's not looking pretty. Cherlanoff has a chance out on the wing. He's supposed to be playing as an inverted winger, but he's playing wide and not cutting inside. And nothing seems to be right here. And Sunderland are through again. That's the makeshift defence that we have. Sunderland have a chance, and Muric should manage to claim that. Sunderland actually don't look like a very decent team, and like a team that any other team would beat. But because we are so poor, we're making Sunderland look good. And Sunderland have won that ball in midfield. And here they come again, and it's all happening down the left. And who is this guy down the left? I need to sort that out. Looks like Kirkin. It's all happening down this left-hand side. Let's type mark him. And let's type mark the fullback. Because they are causing all sorts of problems down there. And we have dropped a place. We've gone down into 6th. And I'm not at all surprised. I was not expecting anything from this game, really. You could tell from my paranoia that before the game that we were not going to win this. I feel like I'd be happy to be sacked. I've never had to work with such a poor bunch of players, and so I'd actually be happy if I got sacked, and the board have to take responsibility for not providing funds to strengthen the team. And interestingly, Sunderland already are looking exhausted. We are much fitter than them, and they're still beating us easily. And another rollicking for the boys. They're just not good enough, and they just keep having rollicking after rollicking after rollicking, and they're probably not playing for me either. 6.4 from Dervisoglu, 6.6 Ashley Westwood, Charlie Taylor 6.4, McNally 6.4. What can I do? I can do nothing. And so we'll just see the second half out. And I mean, I actually do hope I get sacked so I can move on to another team with a better team than this, because if you have such a bad team like this, there's very little you can do. And our passing is crisp enough, but we get into this area and it all goes wrong. And Cherlanoff is coming forward, and again we can't finish, and it goes over the crossbar. We have got a corner, and so yeah, I'll be quite happy to get fired. I'll go to a team that have got a forward and can score a few goals. And we do have a chance in the box, but it's not getting into the box. Sunderland are playing this low block, closing teams down, and it's hard for us to get through them, and nothing comes of that highlight. I think what I might do is let's try and open up the pitch a little bit, see if that helps, but I don't think it will. And yeah, like they're a weaker team than us. They're just taking the ball off us. We don't look very good. In fact, we look very poor again today. It's heartbreaking, this, when you have a team like this. You do everything you can to set up to win, but you know that you can't win because you can't score goals. And the game is clearly showing that we can't score goals, because it always shows highlights where we're blasting it into row Z, and it's heartbreaking, and we need to make some changes very soon. I'm just going to shout at Dervisoglu just for 2 minutes to see if that wakes him up. But at the moment we're not even looking like a threat, and the ball ricochets into midfield. Can we get them on the counter? Looking to get them on the counter. I'm wondering, is it because our pressing is poor that we're... Oh, look, no, come on. Come on. This is dreadful. It's so dreadful. Well, I'm going to try something. Just going to try coming off the press, the counter press. I wonder, is our pressing so bad that we get ourselves drawn out of position and allow teams to dominate the game? But they are, I mean, they don't look great either. It's just that we are worse than them. That's the difference between the two teams. To me, they look like two teams who should be relegation candidates. And we've given the ball away. They've given the ball away. They do have an injured player on the ground. So we might be in trouble for playing on when they've got an injured player. Cherlanoff has a chance and he can't even put that one away. Please, I want to be sacked. I really want to be sacked. If you can't score that one, we haven't got any chance at all. Hey, Gobby, how are you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm suffering at the hands of Sunderland here. Ben, it's just, since the update, there's something gone wrong with the game. I'm convinced since the update that the game has gone a little bit nuts. The results that I'm having for Preston, while really not playing very well, it doesn't make any sense. And hey, Liquid Out, thank you very much again for that donation. That's really kind, mate. You are so kind. Thank you so much. It will go to the cause. It will help. And hopefully very soon we'll reach the payment threshold and we'll be able to put the first 50 quid into the cause. We have another chance, but what's going on here is, what has happened here? The referee given a penalty? We have been given a penalty, and it's going to be Brownhill. Oh, my Lord. I thought he'd missed the penalty. But we've gone level, and it's taken a penalty. We can't score a goal, of course, from open play. And Dervisoglu is having an absolute nightmare. And think it's important how much your videos entertain people. Yeah, and I do appreciate all your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me. And today I actually made, or yesterday I made contact with Woking Football Club, and yesterday the receptionist said to me, "Oh, where have you been? We were expecting you to write to us last Thursday, to call us last Thursday and write to us." And I said, "Yeah, I forgot, my bad." And she said, "I was talking to the media guy about you, so I'm really glad that that you've got back in touch. So send us an email." She gave me the email address. So I've got in touch with Woking Football Club. I've put a plan together for them for making a couple of videos. And hopefully Woking Football Club will go for it. We'll be like, hopefully having a video. My plan would be to have a video sitting with the manager and he helps me set up my tactic and stuff. At the beginning we go through some of the players' attributes together. I'm hoping they will go for this, get the community involved, and that will be a lot of fun for me. So I'm waiting to hear back from them now. And they seemed very keen on the phone yesterday, so hopefully. Okay, Teller, you're going to get your chance. This might be a bad move on my part. Dervisoglu is absolutely annoying the hell out of me. Who else is having a really poor game? Cherlanoff is having a very, very poor game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's give Goodmanson a run out. Do I want to play him as an inside forward, or do I want to play him as an inverted winger? Probably as an inverted winger. What's his finishing like? Oh, it's fairly decent finishing. I might play him as an inside forward, actually. Get him into the box and see if he can't score a goal. I want to put Vitinho on a support duty. Lowton on an attack. We're back in the game, and Matt Lowton is tiring and not playing very well. Time for Connor Roberts to see what he can do. I want to put him on attack. I want to go for it. See if we can't win this game. Comeback is on. You are much more optimistic, Liquid, than I am. I do like an optimist. And Ashley Barnes might be an option at some point. And I'm really struggling to find a midfielder. Thank you, Ben. That is really kind of you. I feel like this is awesome. We are going to be okay. We're not going to get sacked. I feel the support, the love. I feel the love coming in, and we're not going to get support. Ben, I appreciate it. Liquid, my friend, that's absolutely fabulous of you. Let's hope that Burnley can produce the goods for you now. There is a comeback. They are absolutely exhausted, especially down the right-hand side. But they do have a set piece. We obviously have to still defend well. And the set piece goes in. It's headed clear. Now we can break. And unfortunately, our first touch lets us down. Matate looking for support, but we are breaking. Teller up front is not going to win that header. And Sunderland look like they are a team that's been drinking Lucozade or Red Bull. They are exhausted, and yet they're running us around quite easily. And we are fairly fresh. If we look at the two sets of players, we are fairly fresh. Teller trying to put pressure, but pulls out of the challenge. But he does win the ball, and that's pretty good. That's better than I've seen him play before. And Westwood looks for Roberts. Roberts, come on now, get up the line. They are tired. Let's get the ball into the box. Let's get it into the box. Dervisoglu is dilly-dallying now. Maybe I should play them as wingers, but we have a chance and we have scored. And oh my lord. Oh, where did that come from? I was just wondering, should I play them as wingers? And yeah, it is Gobby. Since the update, I can't work it out. I really can't work it out. I'm winning games for Preston that I have no right to win. I cannot work this out. And I think now it is time to come back a notch. And we want to hold on to this. And hopefully we're not going to do anything silly at the back. And we can just hold on to this now. And a win at Sunderland will be something that I did not expect. Cork finding Westwood to Roberts. They are very, very tired. And I'm just wondering, should I be playing these guys as wingers? Because they're stretching the fullback and then it's slowing down. And we're looking inside and it's slowing down. But Westwood gets the ball into the box and the ball's deflected and goes over the bar. And this might be an idea. I think I might try it on the right-hand side. We'll keep the left the same, but we'll play him as a winger on support. And then what I might do, looking at it, is go for the overlap. And then hopefully we'll get the wing back crossing the ball into the box. So he will then bomb outside, cross the ball into the box, and bingo. Because it looks like we are playing havoc down there, but we are slowing the ball up. Yeah, you like it when Sunderland get battered, you bet. And the ball into the box and it's headed over the crossbar, and I need to get myself motivated now. Maybe I need to be letting the players now. Look at their defence. Just look how tired their defence is. Look how tired they are up front, and compare that to us, and they should not even be in this game. They shouldn't even be in the game. And I want to look at making a couple of changes, possibly. I don't have any tired players, but I want to maybe... Charlie Taylor isn't playing well, and bring on Harwood Bellis. Just get some stability at the heart of defence. He's got 20 minutes in him. And We've still got one more to make. I wonder, Ashley Barnes. He's a left winger, he's not a right winger. Can he play as a right winger? Yeah, he's a right winger. I'll maybe bring Ashley Barnes on the left. So switch these over. Dervisoglu is not having a great game. Switch those over. Goodmanson can go on the right. Ashley Barnes come on the left. And play Ashley Barnes as an inverted winger on support. We'll tie up that. I'm going to put both wing backs on attack now. Tie up that side of the pitch with the winger on support and go for it on this side. I think if we can get crosses into the box, we're playing hell with them. And what was that message that I got? Nothing, they must have taken them off. I'm going to go and look at the opposition now. They've made a few changes and we need to just make sure that no super sub comes on and punishes us. And we need to tie these players down. Who is this Ellis Sims? Not very good anticipation. Composure's poor. Concentration not very good. Let's type mark him and turn him onto his left foot. That's him done. Type mark, turn him onto his left foot. J Matate. Matate, I thought he was playing from the start. Playing as the DM. Let's type mark him. He's a dangerous little sort, J Matate. And does he have a weaker foot? Yeah, let's turn him onto his left foot. He's a dangerous player. And then who's this geezer? Abdullah Ba. Hard tackling. Probably close him down. Hard tackle him. Close him down. We don't want any super subs coming on because we've ignored them. And hopefully we will go on. Yeah, good. I hope you're right, Ben. I hope that we are going to win against Sunderland here. I don't want Sunderland coming back into this game. But they like, for a team that looks exhausted, they are playing very well. And they are running us around a little bit. And there's a long punt upfield. Should be the goalkeepers. And we just need to not do anything silly. We are winning the game. Don't do anything silly. Go on, take the ball off him. Nice one, Teller. Teller has nicked the ball, and that is tiredness. The game is saying players are tired, and Goodmanson tries a punt, and it deflected, goes over the bar. 10 minutes to go. Hopefully we have done enough to get the 3 points. We'll go up into fourth. I won't get sacked. We'll have done just enough. I don't have to switch the formation again. And the corner to the far post, headed out. We've got to pick this ball up. Second again to the ball, which is not good. And at some point, I'm going to be thinking about just closing the game down now. And Bar, he should be closed down. Let's get closer to these boys. Miles of space. Miles of space. Oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go to... I'm going to step up more. Just to try to stop them putting through balls through. Harwood Bellis should be able to look after them. Vitinho is getting tired. Jack Cork's tired. Brownhill's tired. But we still are fitter. Did you enjoy the West Ham save? I actually quite enjoyed doing that West Ham save. West Ham got some very good underrated players. I hope that we can continue it at some point. I was looking at it the other day thinking I would like to continue that. It's all about time, of course. But maybe we'll do something towards the end of FM23 and we have scored again. Goodmanson has made it 3-1. Takes the pressure off. So yeah, Wills, I'm hoping that we will revisit the West Ham save. And I'm thinking about doing a a membership program as well, which I will continue, the Livingston save, but it's a lot of work. And it really is about, I'm experimenting on getting ahead of myself in the main save. So don't hold your breath. It might well happen, Wills. It might well happen. Another season with West Ham. I actually did enjoy that, and I was looking at it the other day. Shall I do some more of that? And we do have another chance. And Burnley have scored 3 goals. I actually don't believe this. Sunderland have conceded 3 goals to Burnley. That must mean they have an absolutely awful defence. And I don't want to be in charge of Sunderland's defence. I don't want to be coaching them. Now, imagine giving 3 goals away to a team that can't score goals. But we'll take the 3 points. And, how we are sitting up in 4th, I really don't know. But we do need some big games. And this is good. Now, can we get into the box? We're playing hell with them down that right-hand side. But we've lost the ball. But Connor Roberts has picked it up. And instead of looking for a pass, he's gone for a glory and hit it into Rose Ed again. And that's the problem here with Burnley. But 3 points is 3 points. And if we can make it through to Christmas, then we might survive. And we might even get promoted. We are sitting in 4th. We're 7 points behind QPR, who are the leaders. I'm guessing then that QPR had a poor result. No, they won. They beat Wigan by 3-0. So, sitting in 4th. Yeah, okay, Ben. You have a great evening, my friend. And thank you so much for your donation. It really means the world to me. And very soon we are going to be getting our first payment. We'll have reached the threshold with YouTube, and we'll get our first payment. And that will be a great day for me to be able to donate the first 50 quid into the charity. And it's brilliant. Thank you, Ben, very, very much. And thank you, Liquid, as well. Really appreciate it. And that was a good win. What I wasn't expecting. Cork praises Pound Team Talk. Now, what did I actually say to them at half-time? I can't remember what I said to them. Can anybody remember what I said to them at half-time? Because it obviously worked, and so I want to do a little bit more of that. If you can remember what I said to them at half-time, can you let me know in the comments? Because I can't remember what I said to them. But it obviously worked. There is a way to find that out, isn't there? But I have no idea where that is. Team Talk history somewhere, isn't there? Just press conference, though, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know where to find that out. Somebody knows where that's hidden in the game, where you can find out the players' reactions to team talks. Let me know. Maybe it's in Jack Cork's profile. Where is Jack Cork? Maybe it's in his profile. Does anybody know where this is? No. Player performance stats, form analysis, medical report. No, I don't know where it is. Maybe they've taken it out, but there used to be a place where you could find out the players' reactions to your team talks. Now, I've obviously done a good job, and I want to try and remember what I actually said at half-time, because we might have to use that a little bit more. When is the next fixture? These boys are looking tired. Next fixture is a week away, so we don't need to rest them. We can just let them go through their normal weekly training routine. I do want to just have a look at how we're set up for our training. We do want to be doing a little bit of quickness. The players are asking for more quickness training. Set pieces, and then we'll do whatever we need to do for the opposition, and we need to do a lot more pressing work. But we are there. Oh, we've gone down again. Cardiff have won their local derby against Swansea, and they have jumped above us, but that was out of our control. We're still in 5th. We're doing well, and we need more of that. And we do have to play, I think the next game is against Reading. Yeah, Reading at home. And I really want to win that game as well. I don't want to think that we start thinking that we are good enough to just win it. We'll have to plan it properly. And Watford have beaten Luton. Watford really struggling. Watford are actually favourites to go up to win the title this year. And Watford are struggling worse than we are. Let's have a quick look at the Reading report. About the same. Strengths and weaknesses. Always pays just to get a feel of strengths and weaknesses just by seeing how long the list is. Good jumping reach. They're very brave. Good head. So they're a team that are going to be firing high balls into the box. We need to put our best centre defenders in there, best headers in there. Yeah, good crossing. They're a team that probably score a lot of goals with their head. So we need to make sure. Good at marking, good tackling. We need to play players who are also very good off the ball. Good, not good acceleration. We don't really need to worry too much that they're going to be putting through balls through and running onto them. Their pace isn't very good. They lack stamina, which is interesting. They're not going to finish very strongly. And isn't the best squad in terms of finishing? Well, neither are we. So this sounds like a very dull 0-0 draw. So interesting their report. Let's go to the data hub. Pop into the data hub. Have a look at play route 1. So they're just going to just hammer the ball up the pitch. I'm guessing the route 1 they're going to be playing is with these long balls out to the wingers and getting crosses in. I think they want to win headers. They're good in the air. Who is Fornar? Defending midfielder. Good in the air. He's very good in the air. So they are very good in the air. Looks like, yeah, he's a defensive mid. And we have a ball-winning mid here. They're going to sit back, soak up pressure, and then look to fire long balls. And probably involve the 2 wing-backs to get balls into the box. Get their head on it. Tom Ince. He's a ball-winning midfielder, I think, isn't he? Tom Ince? No, he's actually playing as a forward. He's a pressing forward, and he's playing very well. Tom Ince is a danger. Much more of a danger than this guy, who doesn't look that great. So he's playing in advance. So Tom Ince will need looking after. And defending, very good defending, tackling. They're tackling lots of tackles, but their tackling is poor. So maybe we need to run at them. So if we look at our tactic, if they are not good at tackling, maybe we need to run at the defense and dribble more. We're not bad as a bunch of dribblers, so especially when we have soup for lunch, we perhaps need to run at them a little bit more. They can't tackle, we might slip by them. And wins fewer tackles than anybody else. So the game is telling me to focus on their tackling. They're not very good at tackling. Look at their possession in midfield. They are not as good as us. although they're not bad. It's probably about a 50-50 in terms of possession. Um, they tend to pass mostly from the centre of the pitch. Now, that's interesting because I assumed they were going to sit back, which would mean that they would be passing a lot lower down in their half. So maybe they're not. Maybe they're going to be playing a mid-block, possibly. They're maybe not going to be sitting back. And the goalkeeper, pretty much the same as Muric, so nothing spectacular there. And just look at their crossing. Tom Ince, lots of crosses. A little bit towards accurate. It's a kind of like average performance, but they are good in the air, and we want to make sure Tom Ince is not a threat. So, yeah, I'm not sure we should be too worried. If I had a very decent team like Preston here, I wouldn't be too worried. And I'd probably just look to attack them and try, but I don't have a decent team, so I do have to be worried about the opposition in terms of getting chances on goal. I need to make sure that we do some aerial defense, and I want to do some defensive shadow play, and just I need to be sharper defensively. I need to make sure we're on the case defensively and that we keep teams out. And games like Reading, we need to keep them out. What was that about Weghorst? Scored 2 goals in Beşiktaş 4-0 win. He's coming back immediately. The transfer window opens in January. He's like my great hope that could rescue us from absolute despair. I'm also thinking of having a real clear out of this squad, keeping 14 or 15 players, trying to sell the rest, and just make as little money as we make, and then just try to bring in a few young players. If we have a squad of 20, at least then we won't get any injuries. And for the second half of the season, a squad of 20 will probably be enough. We probably won't be in the cups very long. And if we've just got 20 players, I really need to have a clean out of this squad. Some of them just don't deserve to be here. And we need to set up the team now. Just have a look at who's fit, who's not fit. Let's go to the medical centre. We'll have a look at risk assessment. Brownhill is low. Coutinho's low. Harwood Bellis is low. Cork. There's no reason why they shouldn't be capable of playing a football match, having had very light training for a week. And I do think this game is broken. They're defending very well. I don't think we need to worry too much about their attacking prowess from defence. It's Tom Ince is the boy. Let's have a look at their tackling stats. Lots of tackles and poor tackling. So they are under pressure and they miss a lot of tackles. Yerdom. Where does he play? Where does Yerdom play? Can I see his profile from here? He's a right back, so we should be playing down the left, putting him under a lot of pressure. And I think we'll move Charlie Taylor over here. We'll play Churlinov as a support. Yeah, they don't look that great in FM either. They look pretty poor to me. In FM Liquid, they look really bad. So I'm hoping if we can get 2 wins on the bounce here, that'd be really cool. We'll get our main central defenders back on the pitch. I'm going to play them playing much of a muchness, these two, but I'm going to give Callum Roberts a game. he looks like a better player to me, and I think he's a better crosser of the ball. Yeah, so I think I'll give him a game. We're going to put him on attack, and we're going to focus this left-hand side. I think I'm going to focus play down the left, and I'm going to get Churlinoff. I want him to dribble more. He's already on dribbling more. And Charlie Taylor, I'm going to ask him to dribble more as well. I want to run at this left fullback, and hopefully dribbling 13, so we should ask him to dribble more as well. Get them running at them. Brownhill can have a run at the defence. What's his dribbling now? We don't want him to dribble more. He's already dribbled more. Dervisoglu already dribbled more. So get them running at the defenders. We've just put Brownhill on dribble more and Taylor on dribble more, and hopefully, oh, brilliant. But it's only a 1 or 2 days. Maybe I can still start him. The last thing I want is Charlie Taylor to get injured at this point in time. He might be fit enough to play. What is your team, Liquid? Which team are you a backer of? Are you a fan of? McNally, oh, he has some strange selection policies, doesn't he? Bastian Brownhill didn't play very well last time, did he? Yeah, he did. He had a very good game. So why change Brownhill at this point? Teller didn't play very well, did he? Yeah, Teller had a good game, so maybe we should move Teller in, because Dervisoglu, Hidalgo didn't have a very good game, so let's put Teller in here. Can he play as a striker? Yes, he can. Can play as an advanced forward. Bags of pace. Finishing is terrible, though. I really don't want to play him as a striker, so we'll just give Teller a run out, and hopefully Teller can cause some panic up there. And hopefully we will get a result here. Reading are in 18th. Now, come on, boys. We should beat Reading. They're in 18th. And I'm going to run with the same system. I'm not going to make too many changes. And hopefully, if we pick up the 3 points here and results go our way, hopefully we will climb up the table another place and make our job a little bit safer. We had 2 very bad results last time. Maybe we can get 2 very good results this time and get ourselves out of trouble. And who's not training very well? Goodmanson. Get your act together. Teller is a really poor player. He's like, oh boy. Teller is like, wow. I think he's much better than that in real life. I think it's just FM have made him a bad player. Usually in pre-season, Liquid, I usually get all that stuff done as best I can in pre-season. If contracts run out, then I will change players during the season, but usually just leave it to pre-season, get all that stuff done there. And it's I also I'm not a fan of just replacing staff just because you can. It's easy to go into here, go staff search, and then search for what you want. I tend to wait until contracts are finished. I think you bring a staff member in. in real life, the club are not going to be very happy if you then fire them a year later and it costs them £400,000. And so I tend to just wait until contracts are up. When contracts are up, I'll have a look at them and think, yeah, well, definitely we can do better than him. And then I will actually go and post an advert rather than, I still won't go to that staff search because I do believe that's cheating a little bit. Post an advert. And the other benefit of posting an advert for staff is that you don't get these where you offer them contracts and then they come back and it says, oh, he's decided to stay with his club. And you've wasted a few seconds of your time doing that. So rather than that, if you post an advert, the people who reply to your advert, they want the job. So they're more likely. Yes, I do nag the board liquid. I nag the board silly. You've just got to keep asking the board for things. And I actually asked the board for something just before you came live tonight. Can't remember, was it? I asked them to raise the assistant manager's wages or the coach's wages. That's what I asked for. And they said no. But you've just got to keep asking for these things. And eventually then you'll get something. And yeah, I nag them to death. Yeah, I mean, you've got to have good training. I've asked for better facilities, but they've said no. I asked for those at the start of the season, and there was a categorical no. They don't have the money for it, which is a total lie. They do have the money, but I'm pretty sure they do. Charlie Taylor is fit, which is good news. And Cullen can play 45 minutes. He's obviously back from injury. So let's just set this up. Yeah, staff, it's a big part of the game. I wasn't impressed with Barnes coming on. So let's put Cullen on. He might be useful. 45 minutes. Zaure is coming back to fitness as well. And also Scott Twine is almost back to fitness. And it'll be good to get him back in the side. He's a good free kick taker. Now, I may want to play Bayek here. Where am I going to play Bayek? Westwood didn't have a very good game. Bayek is really important to me. So let's play Westwood in here. Play him as a Mazzala. Let's just leave him on support for now. I'm really more interested in stopping. Nah, let's go for it. Let's go for... Let's play him as a box-to-box and Brownhill can play as the Mazzala on attack. Let's do it that way. Bayek can play as a box-to-box midfielder quite easily. So it will be good to have Bayek back in the team. Everybody else looks fit. Hoping that Teller can do something today. Really hoping that Teller can actually do something. And yeah, focus play down the middle. Why not? We'll just have them dribble on the left once they get one-on-one with this fullback. I think that's a pretty good setup for... Oh, they are playing 5 at the back, are they? What's the goalkeeper like? Joe Lumley. What's he like? Slow. Lacks strength, lacks aggression. He's not brave. Composure's okay. And weak left foot. I'm going to close the goalkeeper down and put him on his left foot. Let's try and panic the goalkeeper. We have a pressing forward up there. So let's go and press the goalkeeper. And the fullback, I think we can close him down. Left foot. That's pretty much it for him. No, that's not him, is it? What am I doing? So, this wing back right. Yeah, we can close him down and put him onto his left foot. And then the two He's not very pacey, but he's quite aggressive. So we're just going to tight mark him. Just tight mark him. He hasn't got pace. He's not a good dribbler. And these guys, it's really important, I think, to take them out of the game. As well as Loom. He, again, is not pacey. These guys tend to be the one lobbing long balls over the top. And if they're, like, passing the ball around and they tend to be the pivots, then you need to make sure they can't do that. Doesn't have good dribbling. Let's tight mark him as well and turn him onto his left foot. And we don't need to hard tackle him. So once you've got them marked, then the players around them need to look for other people. Baba Rahman, he's not very strong. We can hard tackle him and turn him onto his right foot and close him down. Turn him onto his right foot. Close him down, hard tackle. And this geezer in the middle, attacking midfield centres. His passing is good, and I like to tight mark them. If they have decent passing and a decent long shot, I'd like to take them out of the game. He's not very fast, so we can tight mark him. Don't want to hard tackle him. And Tom Ince, we know Tom Ince is a bit of a danger. Playing up top as probably a pressing forward or a deep lying forward. Probably a deep lying forward. He's not aggressive enough to play as a pressing forward. We could certainly hard tackle him. And because he's a wanderer, do I want to tight mark? We'll tight mark him. He is a bit of a wanderer, I think, and if he starts to drag us out of position, we may have to reconsider this. And then this geezer, he's not as good, is he? Has pace, strength. Yeah, he was. I remember Tom Ince, even a couple of years ago, I think, he was really good. He's just lost it a little bit this year, hasn't he? Anticipation's poor, composure's poor, concentration poor, flair not very good. So I think probably we'll just turn him onto his right foot. Yeah, the assistant's got that right. There's no need to do anything else with him. He doesn't look very good. This is a game we should be winning. I think we should tell the team this. We should be winning this game. And not too happy. Doesn't agree with today's team sheet. Well, too bad. Who's the boss here? Just get on with your jobs. Just don't worry about stuff. And we're favourites here, and I really do want to play like it. I'm expecting good defence, good control of the midfield, and we'll tell them I'm expecting quality finishing, but of course I'm not. And nice to see Bayek back in the team. No, I don't do that prep, Gobby. You just don't have time. You've got to play through game after game after game, and then you've got to I've got to record this because I've got to get that up tomorrow. So I don't go through all that prep. I generally just leave it to the assistant, and in game I will make a lot of changes because the assistant's not really very good. And in game I'll try to make as many changes as I can. So I'll actually slow the highlights part of the game down when I'm watching the game, so that I can actually keep an eye, focus on the stats that I see on the screen, because that's what I will use to make in-game changes. So the only difference is that I will, when I'm off camera, I slow the game down. And sometimes that's why I lose when I'm on camera, because if you look at this here, it's now the match speed, and sometimes I'll have the match speed between highlights right down here. So it lets me, it goes slower and I can see what's happening, and it gives me more time to react. Um, so that's the difference between playing off camera and on camera. When the camera's on in my main save, people want it to be fast. They want the game to end quick. So I don't have time to do all this, which is why I lose a lot when I am off, when I'm on camera, because it's just reaction time. I definitely like to do the prep. I think if you do the prep well, you will win most games. And that is a penalty. Yes, we can win this game. That is a penalty. Teller winning a penalty. So yeah, Gobby, I would much prefer to do prep. It takes a couple of minutes to work it out. And maybe I should do the prep instead of leave it to the assistant in the main save. I just feel like I've got to get to the game, play the game. But I think if you do the prep, you give yourself a much better chance. If you leave dangerous players alone, then they will score. And you have to make sure they're not going to score. And I do remember, Gobby, when I was watching one of your games against Ajax, I think I left a comment to say that Ajax were creating all sorts of problems down your left-hand side. And have we scored again? Have we gone 2-0 up? This is outrageous. What is going on here? What happened there? So yeah, it's with prep, you can think about, they are very dangerous down the right. Do I want to have an attacking wing back on the left and maybe put him on a support duty, tight mark the right hand players? So prep is really, really important for me. But in the main save, no, I tend to just get through the game. And we are doing very well here. We are absolutely beating Reading to death. And this is a bit of a surprise. With Bellis. Again, it's like prep. If you've got your prep right, the opposition will not be able to play the game. And there's a number of videos out there. I've seen Bust the Net saying that it's so important, opposition instructions, if you get them right, you can't lose. We have gone 3-0 up. And what a strike that was from Charlie Taylor. It's just like one of those games where everything is going to click, is it? And I'm only playing on a balanced mentality. I remember I did tell the boys to dribble more, one or two of them to dribble more. If you do your prep, it generally pays off. I haven't seen much dribbling going on, but it must have something to do with what's happening in here. And yeah, Gobby, I believe if you do the prep right, then you will win games. As long as you can score goals. If you can't score goals, you don't have any strikers, you're going to struggle. But today it seems to click. And we are 3-0 up, and we're absolutely taking them apart at the moment. They are focusing down the wings, but that's okay. They're not actually doing anything particularly dangerous with it. And we are a very good defensive team, especially in the air. And if they want to go and cross the ball, we should be able to deal with that in the air. And if that's all they've got to offer, see, we're very strong in the air at the back. And Dervisoglu's looking for Churlin. Are we in again? There's another one. It is 4-0. What is going on here? Another amazing strike. Churlin this time. What is going on? 4-0 in the first 30 minutes. We're carving them apart. It's just, I have not seen. If we could play like this every week, this would be one hell of a team. And we are now up to third. And I don't think we're going to lose this game now. I think we are pretty much going to coast to a victory here. Tom Ince is the only player on the opposition who's made a key pass, and they've only made one key pass. They're trying to get back into the game just before half-time, but if they make errors. They could leave us open. Hey, Henry. And, well, it's not been, to be fair, Henry, it's not been okay and a lot of fun. It's been quite frustrating, FM, since the update, but I am enjoying this game. I am enjoying this game very much, and so are the players, and everybody's having a good time out there. And I know Gobby in the stands there is amazed at what's going on here, as everybody else is. And, well, 4-0, we'll take that. They are going to probably try and attack a little bit more now. But what that means is that if we stay solid at the back, they will leave gaps and we can catch them on the counter. Just need to watch this match momentum. That's what I'm going to keep an eye on here. And also where their attacking threat is coming from. And then when I see this is continuing, that they are stealing the game back a little bit, I'm now going to do something about that. I'm just going to check the attacking stats. And Loom has dribbled, Baba Rahman dribbling, passing. There's still only one key pass that's happened, but I am aware that they are trying to do something down the right hand side, and so I want to go in and do something about that. Find out who is. It's this geezer here. They've put on 2 new strikers. And Yedom, I'm going to tight mark him. So we'll come off pressing him and just put someone on him. Wherever he goes, just tight mark him. And we do need to have a look at their strikers as well. We don't, again, don't want super subs coming on because we've ignored them. Poor decisions, poor concentration, poor anticipation. Looks like a candidate for tight marking. So we'll just tight mark this Zhao. And Aziz, I know this player, Femi Aziz. I think he's played for my Swansea team last year. I don't remember much about him. He's not very strong, not very brave, not aggressive, poor composure. We need to probably close him down. But with his pace, do we want to close him down? I think, yeah, we'll tight mark him and show him onto his right foot and give him a hard tackle. Show him onto his right foot. He doesn't like his right foot, does he? Yeah, and then just give him a nudge. Let him know that he's in a football match. My job before YouTube, I was an academic director of several large centres in Vietnam. And I also worked in Indonesia in education for 12 years before that. So when I got sick, Henry, I had to come back. I couldn't get work permits anymore. So living the dream was over, sadly. But we're putting together a life again here. And now I'm just a man of leisure, playing FM, enjoying and raising money and having a good time. And looking forward to retirement in January. That's me. I need to make some changes now. They also need to shake this team up a little bit because they've just gone off the boil. They think they don't have to do anything. Who's not playing very well? Jordan Bayer is not playing very well. So we'll bring on McNally. And nice to see Christian Balick having a very good game. Matt Lowton can come on for a little spell. Balick, I think, is going to get tired. Charlie Taylor's going to get tired. But I don't have a left back. Vitinho, I didn't put him on the bench, did I? So Charlie Taylor will have to continue. Howard Bellis is tired. That's very kind. You know, sometimes all dreams have to come to an end, and all good things will come to an end. Josh Cullen can come on for Bayek, give him a game. All good things come to an end, Henry, and now we're starting to do other stuff, and hopefully we will do some good stuff as I go into retirement. And so that's all I wish for, is that this is successful. We raise money to help other people. And I'll get a good life out of it, because things will happen for me as well. All good has its rewards, and if we can all do some good, we'll all get rewarded. I'm hoping that Woking will give us a ton of memorabilia that we can give away. If that comes off, I'll be really, really happy. It'll be such a good save to do. And we are coasting this game now, that's all that can be said. Let's give somebody a rest. What have I got on the bench? Not much on the bench. Goodmanson can come on for Brownhill, although he can't play there, can he? Let's undo that one. Let's bring him on for Cherlinoff. And yeah, let's do that. Just give a couple of people a rest. We're coasting this game 4-0. I was expecting more than 4-0 after that. After that start, they've just totally gone off the boil, haven't they? They look... Well, there hasn't been a highlight for me to actually see what they look like. I think I probably should have told them at half-time that I don't want to see any hint of complacency. But you sometimes like to give them a little bit of praise. And there is a chance. And has that gone in? No, it hasn't. And 4-0 is 4-0. We don't win 4-0 very often. We'll take that. We'll remain within 5 points of Norwich, who are at the top. We're getting nearer to Christmas, when we might be able to sort this team out a little bit. All that we have to do is survive to Christmas, and we might be in a better place. And maybe that's what this save is about with Burnley. It's just, can you survive till Christmas? Maybe that's the test of this save, is once you survive to Christmas, then you've done okay. And we do have a chance to make it 5, but it's gone way over the crossbar. And it remains Burnley 4, Reading 0. Comprehensive win. Absolutely fabulous win. Well done, guys. The way we started that game was incredible. And it's taken us up to 4th. And we have won our last 2 games. And even though we're not playing very well, the run of results is not that bad. A lot of managers would bite your hand off for that. So it's for a team that doesn't score goals. Thank you, Henry. I intend to, and I'm very pleased to have you along, following along. It's really cool to have people to interact with. And thank you so much for your compliments, for your support. It's really great that you're following. And yeah, so many managers would bite your hand off. Just the one little blip there against West Brom. So it may not be the crisis that I'm making it out to be. I'm going to call it a day there, because my stomach is rumbling and I'm getting a little bit peckish, I think, because I forgot to have something for tea. So I need to go and eat something. Thanks, guys, for popping in. Do appreciate all your support. And thanks to Liquid and to Ben for their donations. Absolutely brilliant. We'll be having our first check from YouTube very soon, which we can then give to the British Heart Foundation. It's all working out. It's all going very well. Thank you so much for coming along. And I hope to see you in the next one, which will be on Thursday, when we will be playing another couple of games. 3 if we can manage it. We've got Rotherham, Sheffield United, Blackburn coming up. These are winnable games before we play QPR. So hopefully we'll be in a position to challenge QPR when we get there. Thank you so much, Henry. I will do. Hope you have a good rest of the night, whatever's left of it. And I will see you very soon. It's been great having you for company. And you ask great questions. Thanks, Gobby. And you also ask some great questions. And sometimes they're hard to answer. Sometimes they're fairly simple to answer. yeah, I want people to ask questions. We're all here together trying to learn and what have you. Night Liquid, thank you so much for your donation. It means the world to me. Absolutely does. And have a good night, mate. And see you again on Thursday, hopefully. And so that's it for this episode. I'll go and eat now. And I will see you all, guys, next time. Have a great night.